Midnight Patriot Nation, Cryptik here with the premiere episode of Cryptik's Corner. As you may or may not be aware, depending on your preferred news source, Nancy Pelosi has created and convened her January 6th Investigative Commission. Well, let's call it what it really is. Trump Hunt 3.0. What are they hiding?
Midnight Patriot Nation.
Midnight Patriot Nation.
Podcasting around the world. It's time for another release of the Liberty Virus with your hosts, Spartan, Cryptik, Phoenix, and Burton.
Those guys are pretty intellectual.
Intellectually stimulating.
Strap in. Listen up.
Let's dive in, shall we? Pelosi refused to add Republicans nominated by House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy to the commission. Instead, she only hand-selected known rhinos like Liz Cheney, all of whom sided with the leftists to impeach Citizen Trump for the January 6th event. Come to find out, in the months following the January 6th event, something both very odd and very significant has been flying under the radar. Might be time to break out those tinfoil hats. From thegatewaypundit.com on August 2nd, 2021, the title, Breaking. Fourth D.C. Metro officer who responded to January 6th Capitol protest dies by suicide. You can find additional articles on Breitbart.com, Newsmax.com that I encourage everyone to read for more insight. It's now been confirmed that 4 and possibly 5 officers of the Capitol Police Force that were involved in the events on January 6th have suddenly committed suicide. Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Wouldn't that statistically be the highest suicide rate of any police department in the country, or world for that matter? That begs other questions, though, doesn't it? Is Pelosi and her socialist leftists hiding something? If so, what is the left hiding?
What do you think I'm doing?
So, not only did Pelosi stack her commission with only Never Trumper rhinos in favor of and voted for Citizen Trump's impeachment, but she refused to allow anyone that wants to question her narrative of January 6th events. Questions probing into why she did not follow available intel of a possible attack and increased police presence. Now, as this whole left narrative of the worst attack in the history of the U.S., never mind Pearl Harbor, 9/11, the OKC bombings, or even actual attacks that happened on government property that included someone setting off a bomb, opening fire on politicians, but suddenly 4 or more Capitol Police have decided to commit suicide. I mean, does that pass the think test to anyone else? Or does it sound a bit more like somebody got Epsteined, conveniently being left unattended in a jail cell with security surveillance malfunctioning, allowing him to commit suicide? Was the January 6th protest really that terrifying that it would cause trained police officers to mentally break and kill themselves? I don't recall any of them armed with massive firepower or opening fire on anyone. I don't recall hearing of mass shootings on site. And now the commission brings on these witnesses that are suddenly crying because it was so scary and they feared for their lives. I don't know about you, but if I was a police officer and felt that much fear at what was happening, I'm pretty sure I would have started opening fire on the threat because I feared for my life. So what did these Capitol Police officers know that the powers that be don't want exposed? Could it have been contrary facts to the established narrative? Could the insurrection narrative completely fall apart based on the weight of their testimony? We may never know now. Ask questions, dig deeper, decide for yourself. That's it for tonight's episode of Cryptik's Corner. If you haven't already, just take a second and go ahead and click those like and subscribe buttons for us. You can find all of our content links, exclusive discounts, and free stuff. That's right, free stuff by visiting midnightpatriots.bio.link. From all of us here at the Midnight Patriots, live free, resist 46, and remember, the Constitution is not just a suggestion.
Midnight Patriot Nation. On behalf of Spartan, Cryptik, Phoenix, and Jack Burton, thanks for hanging out with us and listening. Be sure to visit us at midnightpatriots.com for all our social links and gear. Always remember, the Constitution is not just a suggestion.